I'm Marvin, and today I would like to make a review of the Samsung Galaxy S3. So, what is the experience of owning this phone, and then I'll be just roughly telling you my experience of using as a first-time Android user. So right now I'll be telling you about the design of the Samsung Galaxy S3. So right here we have a 1.9 megapixel front camera, a proximity sensor, a LED flash, and we have option and back as well as the home button. So on the left side we have a volume rocker. On the right side we have a sleep and wake button. On the bottom side we have a micro USB for charging. On top we have a 3.5mm headset jack as well as the opening of the back cover. At the bottom side, back side, we have the speaker, 8 megapixel camera sensor, and a LED flash. At the back of the Samsung Galaxy S3, there is this micro SD card slot, the SIM card slot, and right at here, the battery has a 2100 milliamp hour battery. So for myself, as a first time user, I find the battery is rather mediocre because of the big size, the 4.8-inch screen that is really supporting with this kind of battery. Yeah. Okay, previously I've been using phones like Nokia, and then there's Samsung. There is not the Android version, and then there's mainly on the Nokia phone itself. So such as the 5200 this few years ago, and then 6500, N82, N97, and then recently a Nokia C6, which is running on the latest Symbian Bell operating system, Symbian Bell refresh operating system. So, okay, so I 4.5 months ago, I actually purchased it from one of the telco, which is M1 here in Singapore, in my shop in Singapore. So I find it, as a first time Android user, I think that that Android itself, is a quite pleasant use because of that draws the customer like myself because of the customization and most importantly the Adobe Flash. And then about 1 month ago, I read the news about Adobe cutting off their support with Android, and then so I was reluctantly reluctantly wish to upgrade my software to Jelly Bean or the future updates because of the Adobe Flash that is holding me back. So okay, I'll just roughly brief you through the specs. So so right now this is the phone, which is here. There's M1 logo right over here. So those are the menu, those are the icons from the applications, and then there is apps that you can select to specific. For example, I wish to put a clock right on my phone here, but I know that this is not gonna enough for me, so I have to switch off to another few pages, and then okay, right now, so this is what right now is I the only so right now it says that the pages which I'm having right now is not going to fit in. So the only alternative is to add another page. So on top of my 4 pages of my Android, okay, the wallpaper, okay, and I would like to the first thing that I've been I've been amazed and I've been amused is that when you when you bought your phone and then you need to sign in or need to create a Gmail account to make sure that the phone belongs to a certain email address, as it's sort of part of security, because for example, in a case that if you've forgotten your phone or something like that, you've forgotten the password, the only way is to key in your email address so that you can able to get through your email account and to unlock it with a new password or a current existing password. But but however, I don't think that it should be the right way to go, because if I go to the Play Store, for example, so the application realizes that based on my original Gmail account that is in the within the phone, for example, I can't log out with my current account just for the Play Store itself or the Gmail itself, because apparently Android recognizes the phone that belongs to this email address, which is under me. So I couldn't make a lockout. If the only alternative that I can lock out is to make a factory reset, which is to me, as a first time user, I find it you know very troublesome, very tedious, a very tedious process, to remove your account. So which that meant that let's say you've got a friend and then would want to give you an application or a download application for you, for example, or vice versa. If you wish to make a download an application for your friend, you can't do that compared to example iOS or other brands such as Nokia's App Store. You can do that, but you can't do that on the App Store, Play Store from Android. So this is one of the drawbacks which I don't kind of appreciate that. That's the problem. I, as a first time Android user, don't want to see that on on my phone, or especially on Androids. Okay. Besides that, I quite impressed with the Adobe Flash, because for example, in this case, as a Galaxy S3, which can handle really quite well with the Adobe Flash, such as um, YouTube's, or any website that is supported with Android. You can view your videos, everything through the Adobe Flash. But however, because Adobe have decided to cut off their support for Android, right now the only alternative is either, for your future upgrades, you only can download a certain application from anonymous website, and with your Adobe Flash and your another browser, which is Dolphin browser, which is the other alternative that supports with Flash. Okay, so and then there's one thing that I am not happy, as a first time Android user, with the YouTube app, because YouTube supports millions and millions of videos. But however, not all videos from YouTube supports the app and the HTML5 browser as well. So the only alternative is to download the Flash, or to have the Flash and to go to their full web page, and then through their full web page you can view the original page itself. But the problem is that because of that, you can't view it without Flash. So that's one of the drawbacks, and which really annoys me, and something that that unforeseen circumstances, such as Adobe that wish to do that, I find it, unable to accept it, as a first time Android user. So, right now, this is why I choose not to upgrade my phone with the current ice cream sandwich to jelly bean, and to and I foresee, to the on the future updates as well. And that is one of the, you know my rant, as you can call it. Okay, I would just like to give you a brief through some aspect. This is one of the famous phone, and it's famously reviewed. So this is a 3G version with the quad-core Exynos processor. Okay, with 1 gigs of RAM instead of the LTE, which has 2 gigs of RAM. Okay, so that is definitely one of the drawbacks. But however, besides that, with this enormous power from Samsung, that is actually push it right into the phone, I get the enormous sensation of browsing the web. Besides myself, not a Samsung supporter or a Samsung fan. Yeah, and there's one of the thing that I would like to, praise, praise Samsung, is that despite, you know it's very, despite for competitors trying very hard to add the Adobe Flash into the phone, but however, not every phone, especially manufacturers such as Sony, etc., unable to incorporate with the Adobe Flash at the same time that you can get that smooth, silky smooth browsing experience like what Samsung have been doing since the S2, since the S2, and then the S3 itself, right? Okay, yeah, but other than that, I find that as a first time Android user myself, I'm quite pleased with using the Android. However, because of Adobe that wish to to cut off their support with Google, maybe this phone is the last phone that I can ever have, as an Android user. Partly because I myself, when I first time that I really wish to buy, as a first time Android user like myself, I really want the Adobe Flash, because besides, having a computer that you can actually view it, Adobe Flash or something and whatnot, this is, the Android that, that certain draws a certain customer from buying Android is because of the Adobe Flash. However, since, like Adobe wish to cut off their support, might that might that might angered, quite a lot of customers, into thinking that, are they trying to, are they trying to leveling the playing field with Apple, or with Windows, Windows Phone 8 or 7. So the the only ways that it will draw the customer is the customization, that really is the one that can really retain the customer. Let's say for example your news feed, you can do it from here without accessing through your applications and whatnot. So okay, that's my, experience of a Samsung Galaxy S3, and I'm glad, and I wish that, y'all can support me, and you can provide me with a feedback that in what ways that I can improve on, and I wish to improve on. So um, um, you can subscribe me on top of the video. Subscribe me, or to like me, or to make a comments on the videos. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.